too, across the country, the word is out about Texas. I don't know if any of you caught recently, just a couple of days ago, the Glenn Beck show. Holy moly. This segment was on the different states and how everybody's doing. And according to Glenn Beck and all these researchers, geez, you guys are just walking on water. The way things are going in Texas. You got to catch his episode on that, because he recognized, so many people are recognizing that Texas is open for business. And companies and people, they're moving here. They keep moving here because they know that Governor Perry gets it.
We need a transportation system that meets the needs of tomorrow, not one that struggles to keep up with the needs of yesterday. If you'll look at this map, you'll see my blueprint for the Trans-Texas Corridor. Trans-Texas Corridor is not merely an extension of the current system, but the beginning of a whole new way of planning and building a transportation system, utilizing new tools, new ideas, and a much more efficient way. The Trans-Texas Corridor will be located parallel to, but well away from, our most congested highways, and in some of our underdeveloped regions. It may expand upon current corridors or be adjacent to. When finished, this corridor will include 6 vehicle lanes, 3 in each direction, with plenty of room to expand, I might add, with that population growth that we talked about. The corridor will include 6 rail lanes, 3 in each direction, 1 dedicated to high-speed commuter rail, 1 dedicated to high-speed freight rail, and 1 dedicated to commuter and freight rail as the backbone of a regional rail system serving all Texans. The corridor will provide every Texan and every Texas business access to water utility lines, petroleum pipelines, natural gas pipelines, electric lines, communication lines, and I will suggest public resources, Wendy, that we haven't even thought of. And when finished, the corridor will provide every Texan, every Texas business access to a fast, safe, and reliable transportation system.
Well, yesterday we talked about debunking conspiracy theories, or that's what I'd have you believe, including internet myths about FEMA camps. With me again is James Meggs. He is the editor-in-chief, Popular Mechanics, who did an incredible job writing the definitive debunking of the 9/11 conspiracy theories, and he's here. Now, last we left our episode, I bring up the picture where is this, Wyoming? Bring up the picture of Wyoming that I left with yesterday. There it is. Look at that. It's a FEMA camp. And I asked Jim, yes or no, is that a concentration camp?
And in fact, it is.
Is it, yes or no, sir, run by the government?
Apparently so.
Okay. Are there atrocities that we know of going on right now in that concentration camp?
There's every reason to think so.
Okay. So here's where it all falls apart. Wyoming, huh?
Well, there's one detail that the conspiracy theorists leave out. Those are satellite images of a concentration camp in North Korea.
Could we put side by side, please? There's Wyoming, put side by side. There's the actual picture, right? And here they are side by side. One of them talks about what this concentration camp is, and what is it? Is Koyohaso?
Right, and it's this is a part of a report done by a human rights group that's focused on human rights violations in North Korea. Somebody went in and pulled these photos off their website, slapped a Department of Homeland Security logo on it, and claimed that these are on American soil.
Okay. Show me the pictures of, I think this is Camp Grayling. We have the picture of the watchtowers. This is pretty spooky. This is where Americans are currently being held, I believe they're saying.
Well, people say all kinds of things, and these pictures have been floating around the internet for more than 10 years.
Okay.
In fact, Camp Grayling is the largest National Guard training facility in the U.S. They train Army, Navy, Marines, and one of the groups they train is military police. And in fact, one of the functions they train them for is handling prisoners of war in a battle zone like Iraq.
Okay.
So that's what that facility is intended for.
All right. So James, here's what here's, I guess, where I want to go. You and I both, I mean, and there's others, if you really try to debunk these things, and I think this is why the mainstream media doesn't do it, first of all, do you believe, because I don't think we should set out in anything to debunk it or to prove it right. We should prove the truth.
Well, it's called reporting. And
oh, I didn't know that.
You know, and somebody makes a claim about facts.
Yeah.
You don't make up your mind in advance. You go and you look at the facts, you look at the evidence. What's frightening about the conspiracy theorists is that they really have already made up.
We've always had conspiracies. I mean, you know, growing up, I remember, oh no, it wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald. Oh no, you don't know. Where do these come from? Why are they? Because there are so many of them now. As I see it, it's a combination of A, you have access to photos, information, easy to make videos, easy to make things look real, and there's no filter on the internet. We've always had conspiracies. I mean, you know, growing up, I remember, oh no, it wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald. Oh no, you don't know. Where do these come from? Why are they? Because there are so many of them now. As I see it, it's a combination of A, you have access to photos, information, easy to make videos, easy to make things look real, and there's no filter on the internet, so people can just say and do whatever they want, which is fine with me. But then the other side is journalism doesn't mean anything anymore. I mean, the things that have been said and written where it's a blatant lie or it's just part of the truth. So the media and Washington and everything else has so disenfranchised people, they don't believe that anymore. Is that what caused this to get so bad now?
There are a lot of elements to this, and this goes back to the 19th century. Suspicion about different groups and plots and conspiracies of all sorts. It's a deep part of our culture. But today what you're seeing is the internet makes it a lot easier, and people are skeptical, and that's not a bad thing. It's actually healthy to ask questions. It's healthy to be skeptical, but then you've got to pay attention to the facts.
Right.